The Book of Life Chapter 8 Which Day? Hello there, my left-handed page turner of our diary, or if you prefer, left finger swiper of a tablet or iPad haha. I suppose you are wondering why we are concentrating so much on our second day of school that happened on Wednesday, September 4th, 2019. Well, so many fun witchy things happened on that sacred day of the rising sun. First, we got to share time with our special lefty family, but more importantly, it was the day we got to use our powers for good.
You see, sunshine, we are witches, and there are all kinds of witches, people, and spirits in our world. Some good, some bad, some neutral. We are the healers. We try to help the ones we are fortunate to meet so they can rise to new heights they never could achieve on their own. We are family, and although we are individual people with individual talents, we are unstoppable when we're together, and finally we are home. Sometimes people get lost in the world, but when we get lost, we always find our way back home to the people we love.
That's what happened at 3 in the morning of Wednesday on the second day of school. I was sleeping so soundly, but then a lost spirit came to me in my dreams for my help. Hee, we are 24-hour witches, so naturally I'm going to help the ones who come to me, even at 3 in the morning because we never close, and we're available for service all hours of the day and night. I just wonder, do people still want to be witches now that they know we work 24 hours a day? Well, that is not entirely true. We more accurately play for 24 hours a day, because work is something you dread as an adult, but play is something you look forward to as a child, and for 24 hours of our wonderful life, we play like children and have the time of our life, living every succulent drop it has to offer us. That is who we are and why we are here. Well, the lost spirit that needs our help asked me in my dreams if we could go to the Kirkland Cemetery at 7:30 this evening to comfort her grieving sister. She spoke to me in her beautiful native language.
ASIT Ilaya was Zuichin AI the Haizik and Ining Jin Tian Wan Shang Chi Dian Benchu Kukulon Gong Mu and Weiwa Beishong the Mimima. You have great powers, Astraea, and a beautiful soul. That is why I came to you. I know you understood what I just asked, but I will repeat it in English to honor those that didn't. Astraea, my dearest child, can you go to Kirkland Cemetery at 7:30 this evening to comfort my grieving sister?
Denren Kiel Muxio Jes Jing Sho Mendi Reng Thang inside du Mendi Xun and Women Hu Reng and Shuengdi. Of course we can, Miss Lanmu, it will be our honor. Thanks for trusting us. We won't let you down. Well, sunshine, that's why we were scrambling so early in the morning getting dressed and prepared for the day. For today's special event, we all had different roles to play, and noticed how I didn't say Warkaha. My role as Astraea is the seeker. I am an air sign. I use my gifts for the virtue of knowledge and contact. Since I'm intuitive and curious, people are drawn to me, and I am drawn to them by the love I have for them. Since the spirit came to me in my dreams, I had to wake up the girls to let them know that today is going to be a very special, witchy day in our life. Aphrodite is the comforter. She is a water sign that has empathy and sweet loving kindness that anyone can fall in love with. When I told Aphrodite about the troubled spirit that needed to see her sister for the last time today, she knew what to do. She showed the grieving spirit her red ruby lipstick, smiled and invited her to come back to life in her body, so that she can give her sister a final kiss before crossing into the light forever. When Aphrodite kisses you with her red ruby lipstick, she leaves part of her soul with you forever, and that is exactly what our spirit needed to give her grieving sister before she could move on. Jesus is the planner. She is an earth sign that mothers our world with her wisdom, guidance, and love for her children. That is why I gave her my sketches of the dream I had with the spirit, to make sure that what we are doing is right and find the best way to help these two grieving sisters move on from their troubled past. So sunshine, or day started out at 3 in the morning, 3 little witches helping out the best way we could by the power of 3. Aphrodite channeled the spirit of Lanwu into her body for the day, and thankfully people did not notice that she wasn't herself this morning, because in fact, she was 2 people now, haha. So, I promise this is the last time I will say it. When you are around witches, weird stuff happens.
Well, Sunshine, the funny thing about us witches is that we have to balance the real world we live in with the supernatural world that is around us as well. I mean, really, do you know how hard it is to balance your chores, your homework and brushing your teeth with spirits that talk to you in the dead of night, having spirits channeled through your body and trying to figure out what is real and what is illusion without losing your sanity? Me either, ha ha, winking at ya, sweetie.
Well, after our left-handed dad dropped me, Isis, Aphrodite, off along with her dearly departed being of Miss Lanwu, hidden inside her body, we had a nice normal day any weird teenagers would have. Dalen and Gina were waiting for us before school started in the hallway, and they were holding each other with their left hands because after all, it was left hand day, haha. I was having so much fun with all the kids today, showing all those right-handed people how to live life with their left hand. I even got Reuben to smile and laugh as I took the mop from his hand and shown him how to mop the floor with the left hand. He tried it and lost some more. It was kind of funny because the spirit lady of Lanwu, that was inside Aphrodite, was having so much fun. She got the mop from Reuben too, and showed her version how to mop the floors. Aphrodite wanted to give her new spirit lady friend, Lanwu, one last day to remember what life was like, to remember the importance of family, and to let her know she would be there for her when she will visit her sister for the last time at the grave site later this evening. Her family needed to heal, and that is what this witchy day was all about. School was nice. In English class we received a wonderful novel to read, called The Joy Luck Club. It is a wonderful story of Chinese immigrant mothers and daughters' struggles to understand one another and be seen by the love they have for each other. It's kind of funny, Sunshine. We're witches, but we're also teenage girls that tries to live a normal life amongst the mortals we dearly love. At lunchtime, there was no drama in the cafeteria, just love, and everyone kind of hang out together, and the lines between all the groups from popular to not seemed to magically blur while we ate, laughed, and joked with each other during our lunch period. There was a very touching and emotional moment though, when Aphrodite's spirit went to Delan to talk to her son. She held her son one last time in her arms, and asked him to go with us to the cemetery, so that she could say goodbye to him and his Aunt Julie Wu. She really misses her sister. Lanwu, who happens to be Dalin's mother that tragically passed away, kissed her son one last time on the forehead with Aphrodite's red ruby lipstick and gently said to him,
Wadaling han da ibiu fan sien sai ni da xian li wada erzi wahui yong yuon ai shao gu ni da mei lu 11 ta henteng wasien. Sai bang biulu ta don ni kui. Bang shu ta ishi. Part of my soul is in your heart now, my son. I'll always love you. Take care of your sister Lucy, she is hurting too. And I can't help her now. But you can. Help her heal.
This was so rough, Sunshine. Witches aren't supposed to cry. But we did, and we went to Dalan and gave him a hug. Well, the faithful time came, and Dalan drove us girls to the cemetery. It was a surreal and somber moment.
Hey girls, can I have a minute with Lan Wu? Thanks so much, love you.
And she quietly walked up to Julie as she was crying uncontrollably. Aphrodite gently placed her hand on Julie's shoulder and smiled. Julie Wu was so grief-stricken and ashamed.
Oh, Aphrodite. I am so sorry for the way I treated you girls at school. I was so wrong for what I did. and used my power as school counselor to try and get you expelled. Can you ever forgive me?
It's okay, Miss Julie, we love you.
It was so hard to keep from crying, Sunshine. A few seconds later, Aphrodite let Julie know her beloved sister was here, and wanted to say something to her, and before Julie could completely understand Aphrodite, she heard her sister's voice, coming out of Aphrodite's mouth.
Zime and ining yuan liang wali kai and ima. Sister. Can you forgive me for leaving you?
My sister is here. Yes. I forgive you. They said you died of natural causes. But I know you died of a broken heart. It's not your fault, sister. And I love you dearly.
Yes. I know that now and it is time for me to move on. Take care of my son Dylan and Lucy and know that I will always love you and be in your heart.
That is when Aphrodite lightly kissed Julie on her forehead, and we came by to hold hands, and gave her a hug while the sun was setting. Acis said a few words.
Earlier today, we started the day out by holding hands with our family. Now we are ending the day with a new family we love. Just before the sunset, Lan Wu left Aphrodite's body and walked towards the last rays of light the sun had for our earth. She waved one last time, smiled, and crossed into the light for the final time. Astraea was so happy and said,
I see her. And she is so happy. Isn't it beautiful?
We all cried a little more, and held each other a little longer, before we left the cemetery, with overwhelming love in our hearts. While Sunshine, we made it home. Miss Julie Wu personally drove us home so that she could thank our mom and dad for making her life complete on the day she needed us most. She also promised to take care of us in school. Our parents were amazed, and we were just grateful we could make a difference in a person's life. After everything settled down, Astraea proudly proclaimed that it's time for the children of the night to come out and play, and she ran upstairs to change into appropriate clothes, but she never came down. Aphrodite said her famous hums, we love to hear.
I wonder what's taking her so long.
So, me, Mom, and Aphrodite went upstairs to find out what happened. That's when we saw that poor Astraea was fast asleep from a long hard day's worth of play, and not work, haha. I took off Astraea's shoes, and tucked her in bed while saying to Aphrodite with a smile, I think it was okay that she was only a 23-hour witch today. What do you think, Aphrodite?
Yes, it is, Mama Isis, yes, it is. Sweet dreams, my little sister, I love you dearly.